Remember the cure I was doing for the soot, which is basically a fungus infection that you get on plum trees, which is due to the fact they've been attacked by insects like aphids. Well, I treated it with bicarb and also with the soda crystals as separate treatments. Now let's have a look how it got on, and the crop was still on it when I treated it. If you look here, you'll find we've got new growth on the plum tree, and some of the old leaves that I've treated, remember these that were covered in soot? They're still alive, and the test for the soot was the fact you could wipe it and the soot would come off. So basically the bicarb with the soda crystals treatment has worked beautifully, and basically the plums are coming on. Yes, they've got some scars on them where insects have attacked them, and yes, I'll check them to see whether or not that they've got any maggots inside them, etc. But I'm trying a new treatment over the next year, over the next season. I wonder if you'd like to join me. If you have fruit trees and you've got plums or apples, I'm looking into the efficacy of planting lavender and using a lavender oil spray, because apparently it's a moth repellent. So the maggots which you get inside a lot of plums, and these have been increasing over the years from about 2013 onwards, especially here in the UK, apparently don't like lavender. So I'd imagine about 10 drops of lavender oil in a litre of water and a little bit of detergent sprayed, not just on the trunk, around the ground, and obviously on the branch, etc., and around the fruit diluted, might be a deterrent. And apparently May and June is when they're most active. So let me know how you get on if you want to join in the experiment. But it looks like this plum tree, from looking at an absolute disaster, has been rescued by simple treatment with bicarb and soda crystals, that's sodium carbonate. Wear gloves, and you can also wear safety glasses if you're using that, because sodium carbonate is pH 11, so it's very alkali, it's caustic. So, a happy allotmenteer on my rescued plum tree. I thought it was a goner, but it's worth having a go, isn't it, with your homemade stuff. Trees have come on fine after thinning out. I've had a bit of trouble with bitter pit in some of them, but some of my apple trees seem to have a bit of a rest here, but this one here has come on beautifully, and you can see that it's ripening up nicely. We've had nothing but torrential rain a couple of days ago, and today and for the next week or so in August it's going to be better weather, so hopefully better weather for ripening of fruits. Here we have a good example on this apple tree of bitter pit. Look at those spots, which you can see, sort of rusty spots on the apple. The best cure I can find for it that I'm using so far is to use agricultural grade gypsum, and I've liberally sprinkled a good sort of 2 handfuls of agricultural gypsum using my gardening gloves. Again, it's a solution, well, it's a compound which you should really wear gloves to put, and then you put it under the roots of the tree and sprinkle it. And also to aid sort of having a fertiliser, I've dug up a load of comfrey, and the leaves I've layered around the fruit trees, and that should help to rot in. I use that rather than comfrey tea on my fruit trees. And again, these apple trees, I'm going to try the dilute lavender spray to see if that works against the codling moth. If you do find any apples with the codling moth telltale signs, you should pick them off your tree, really. Don't leave them on. That's what I would advise. And obviously some people do use traps, the pheromone traps. I don't. I'm trying to use other methods. And let's see how we get on. If you do grow apples, it's nice to try different varieties, and this is the first time I've had a bit of success with a russet variety. They're interesting because they don't look like they will be uniform in size, and I quite like that. They're quite a quirky apple. You see there's a bit of bitter pit there, and you can see the remains here. This little white granules around here, powder. That's the agricultural gypsum. I put that on about 2 weeks ago. It's rained so heavily, but maybe we'll have a bit of time to get to work on the tree and sort of temper the worst of the bitter pit. This is the first year I've tried growing red and green tomatillos. I grow both varieties and grow them both from seed. And it looks like I've got some of the classic lanterns that you're supposed to get. I didn't know if I'd get any because it's rained so heavily here in the UK. But it looks like there are the developments, as you can see, of some of the flowers which might be going to this classic lantern shape that you're after, as you can see here. Okay, so not all disaster for me 2019. I like to try a couple of new things and something strange on the allotments as well. I don't know if you can, well obviously you can see it because it's such a large thing, but here we have what's supposed to be Uchiki Kuris. I grew it not from F1 seeds. This was supposed to be an Uchiki Kuris, okay, and but I got it from seeds from a plant that I bought at a market down the road from me, Loughborough Market, and I've got two of these. As you can see, there's one there and there's another one there, but to me they look massive, and I'm wondering if people think you can get a cross off these. I mean, there's your classic flowers, and I do believe you've got your male and your female flowers, and it looks like we've got the makings of another one which is forming here, as you can see. So to me this looks like more like what I thought they looked like, but there's other two they've just gone absolutely massive, and I wonder if anyone's got any ideas why I've got, what looks like different varieties. I did just take seeds from an Uchiki Kuris last year, which from when I bought at a market, and planted them out at home and brought them down. Till next time, from Mike.